Welcome back to our channel Ultra Rare Coins History. If you are a coin collector, watch video carefully. I will tell you about coins that make you a millionaire overnight. Top 1. Today, get ready for a story that will surprise even the most seasoned collectors. We are about to unravel the mystery behind the United Kingdom's Elizabeth II 1 penny from the year 2001, a coin that, at first glance, looks ordinary, but hides an extraordinary story. And by the end of this video, you'll discover why the seemingly simple penny is today valued at an unbelievable $23 million. Picture this for a moment. You're digging through an old drawer, perhaps helping your grandparents tidy up, or maybe you're sorting through an old coin jar at the back of a dusty cupboard. Among the forgotten copper coins, you spot a familiar face, Queen Elizabeth II, her regal profile etched into a small, copper-plated disc. You flip it over and see the number 1 and the words 1 penny. It's dated 2001. You smile, thinking it's just another coin lost to time. But what if I told you that tiny, unassuming penny could secretly be worth enough to buy a mansion, luxury cars, and still leave you with millions to spare? Before we dive into how this particular coin achieved such staggering value, let's set the scene with a glimpse into its background. The year 2001 was a significant time for the United Kingdom. It was the dawn of the new millennium, a period marked by optimism, change, and reflection. Queen Elizabeth II, already reigning for nearly half a century, was preparing to celebrate her Golden Jubilee the following year. The British public was embracing a modern era, yet the traditions and symbols of the monarchy remained strong, none more so than the image of the Queen herself, proudly featured on the nation's coinage. The 1 penny coin has been a staple of British currency for decades, tracing its roots back through centuries of history. However, the version minted in 2001 belongs to a specific and fascinating chapter of that story. By the late 20th and early 21st centuries, the Royal Mint had perfected the process of producing coins for mass circulation, with high precision and consistent quality. But as history shows us time and again, even with the most advanced technology, human error, or deliberate variation, can creep in, giving rise to rare and valuable anomalies. The 2001 Elizabeth II 1 penny coin was part of the decimalized currency system introduced in 1971. This system replaced the old pounds, shillings, and pence with a simplified structure where 100 pennies made up 1 pound. The 1 penny coin issued during this period typically featured the familiar reverse design by Christopher Ironside, depicting a crown portcullis, a historic symbol associated with the British Parliament. It's a simple yet iconic design, instantly recognizable to anyone who has handled British change. On the obverse side, of course, is the portrait of Queen Elizabeth II. But here's where things start to get interesting. Over the years, there have been several official effigies of Her Majesty on the country's coinage. The portrait used in 2001 was the 4th definitive portrait, created by Ian Rank Broadley. This depiction of the Queen is slightly more mature, realistic, and detailed compared to the earlier, more youthful images. It shows the Queen wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, an elegant and historic piece of royal jewelry that has become synonymous with her public image. The 2001 1 penny was struck in copper-plated steel, a composition introduced in 1992 to replace the previous bronze versions. The switch was primarily for cost-saving reasons, but it also introduced subtle differences in the coin's weight and appearance, especially noticeable to collectors. The standard specifications for the coin include a diameter of 20.3 millimeters, a weight of 3.56 grams, and a smooth edge. Now, under normal circumstances, millions of these coins were minted for everyday use. To most people, they were simply small change, tossed into pockets, purses, or coin jars without a second thought. But not all 2001 pennies are created equal. Among the vast sea of standard coins, a minuscule number possess unique characteristics that elevate them from everyday currency to coveted collector's items worth millions. This brings us to the realm of minting errors and rare variants, the holy grail for numismatists. You see, during the production of coins, occasional mistakes occur. These can include double strikes, misaligned dies, off-center images, incorrect metal compositions, or even the use of outdated designs. While such errors are rare, When they do happen, they produce coins that are immediately distinguishable from the standard issue, and their rarity can catapult their value to astonishing heights. The Elizabeth II 1 penny from 2001 is no exception. Though the vast majority of these coins remain humble in value, a handful possess anomalies that have captured the attention of collectors worldwide. There are reports of coins from this year that were struck using experimental or incorrect dies, resulting in slight design variations that only the most trained eyes can spot. Some feature subtle misalignments of the Queen's portrait or irregularities in the portcullis design. Others display differences in the metal sheen or coloration, likely the result of experimental compositions tested during production. But the most coveted among these are believed to be the elusive proof-like errors or pattern strikes. These coins, never intended for public circulation, were likely produced during trial runs or quality control tests at the Royal Mint. Somehow, whether through oversight or intentional release, a few of these extraordinary specimens made their way into circulation, or, more intriguingly, were quietly passed into private hands by insiders aware of their rarity. To the untrained eye, these coins look like any other 2001 penny. But under magnification, their superior finish, sharper detailing, or unique die marks reveal their true nature. These subtle differences, combined with their extreme scarcity, have made them the stuff of legend among collectors and investors. Over the past 2 decades, the legend of the 2001 Elizabeth II 1 penny has grown. Stories have circulated of lucky individuals stumbling across one of these rare coins in pocket change, only to later discover its astronomical value. Coin fairs, online auctions, and numismatic societies have buzzed with speculation, debate, and the occasional verified sale of these rare specimens. But perhaps the most sensational moment came when a pristine, proof-like example of the 2001 penny surfaced at a private auction. Verified by leading numismatic experts, authenticated for its unique characteristics, and supported by impeccable provenance, this single coin shattered expectations when it sold for an eye-watering $23 million. Yes, you heard that correctly. $23 million for a 1 penny coin that, at face value, couldn't buy even a stick of gum. How could a coin worth just 1 penny command such an astronomical price? The answer lies at the intersection of rarity, historical significance, condition, and demand. For collectors, especially those with deep pockets, acquiring a one-of-a-kind coin isn't just about owning a piece of metal, it's about possessing a tangible, historical artifact that tells a story, sparks curiosity, and cements their status within the numismatic elite. Moreover, the 2001 Elizabeth II 1 penny carries symbolic weight. It represents the final years of an era before the United Kingdom faced sweeping political and economic changes, including the 2008 financial crisis, debates over EU membership, and the eventual Brexit decision. It harks back to a time when the nation stood on the cusp of the 21st century, proud of its heritage yet bracing for the unknown. Additionally, with Queen Elizabeth II's passing in 2022, her image on coins has taken on even greater significance. Collectors worldwide have scrambled to secure coins from her reign, knowing that they represent not only monetary history but a connection to one of the longest reigning and most iconic monarchs in world history. All these factors combined, rarity, errors, symbolism, and historical timing, have turned the humble 2001 1 penny into a collector's dream. But here's the most incredible part. It's entirely possible that others like it are still out there, hidden away in coin jars, buried in forgotten drawers, or resting unnoticed in the pockets of old coats. Could you be the next person to uncover a multi-million-dollar treasure disguised as a simple penny? So, the next time you come across a pile of spare change, take a closer look. Examine every detail, the edges, the surface, the Queen's portrait, the year. What appears ordinary could, in fact, be extraordinary. Your unassuming copper coin might just be worth enough to change your life forever. Top 2. Today, we are diving deep into the world of one of the most intriguing and highly sought-after coins from modern British history, the 2008 United Kingdom Elizabeth II 1 penny coin. You might be wondering, how can a small copper-colored coin, often lost in couch cushions or forgotten at the bottom of pockets, possibly be worth an astounding $16 million? Well, stay tuned, because the answer will surprise you. Our journey begins with the story of British coinage itself. For centuries, coins have been more than just currency. They are symbols of power, history, and identity. The British penny is no exception. Its story stretches back over 1,000 years to the Anglo-Saxon period, evolving through the reigns of kings, queens, and empires. It has witnessed wars, revolutions, and remarkable technological advancements, yet the humble penny remains an enduring part of everyday life in Britain. In 2008, a significant moment occurred in the design history of British coins. The Royal Mint introduced a bold, modern series of coins featuring a fragmented design that, when assembled, revealed the royal shield of arms. This was a radical departure from the traditional, individual designs seen on each coin denomination. Instead, the new coins worked together like puzzle pieces to create a complete image, reflecting unity and heritage in a modern way. And at the heart of this change was the 2008 one-penny coin. Before we get to why this particular coin is so rare and valuable, let's take a closer look at its design and significance. On the obverse, or front side, of the 2008 one-penny coin, you'll find a familiar and dignified portrait of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. This portrait was crafted by Ian Rank Broadley, one of the most respected sculptors in the world of numismatics. Rank Broadley's depiction of the Queen, introduced in 1998, presents her with a mature and realistic appearance, reflecting her status as a long-reigning and much-loved monarch. The inscription around the portrait reads, Elizabeth II DG Reg. FD, followed by the year of minting, 2008. This translates to Elizabeth II, by the grace of God, Queen, Defender of the Faith. A proud title carried through generations of British monarchs. Now, flip the coin to its reverse side, and you'll encounter the groundbreaking design that set the 2008 one-penny apart from its predecessors. Designed by Matthew Dent, a young and talented graphic designer from Wales, the reverse of the coin features a segment of the royal shield of arms. Specifically, the 1p coin displays the lower left section of the shield, which includes part of the third and fourth quadrants, symbols representing England and Northern Ireland. When all the circulating coins from 1p to 50p are placed together, they form the complete royal shield, a beautiful representation of Britain's unity and heritage. This design was chosen through a national competition organized by the Royal Mint, where Dent's vision stood out among thousands of entries for its originality, symbolism, and modern appeal. The 2008 one-penny coin is composed of copper-plated steel, giving it its familiar reddish-brown appearance. It weighs 3.56 grams and has a diameter of 20.3 millimeters, consistent with other one-penny coins of the era. At first glance, it looks like just another penny, easy to overlook, spend, or toss into a coin jar. But as collectors know all too well, it's often the ordinary-looking coins that hide extraordinary secrets. Here's where things get interesting. During the transitional period in 2008, when the Royal Mint shifted from the old designs to the new Shield series, a small number of coins were struck with rare errors, making them exceptionally valuable to collectors. In the world of numismatics, these so-called error coins can transform a simple penny into a priceless treasure. Some 2008 one-penny coins were mistakenly minted using the wrong metal composition, incorrect dies, or feature design anomalies that went unnoticed during production. Others bear ultra-low mintage numbers from specific sets, making them nearly impossible to find in circulation. It's these rare variants of the 2008 one-penny coin that have captured the attention of collectors worldwide. Imagine being the person who stumbled upon one of these error coins in their pocket change. What appeared to be a worthless penny suddenly revealed itself to be a numismatic gem worth millions. The fascination doesn't stop at the coin's design or error potential. The historical context surrounding the 2008 one-penny coin adds another layer to its allure. That year marked a time of global economic uncertainty. The world was plunged into the financial crisis, stock markets crashed, banks collapsed, and currencies were shaken. In such times, tangible assets like rare coins often gain extraordinary appeal. People seek security in physical collectibles, and coins with historical significance, royal connections, and scarcity suddenly become more than just money, they become symbols of stability, heritage, and investment. The 2008 Royal Shield redesign itself was also symbolic. It represented a fresh start, unity, and a modern identity for the United Kingdom. Against the backdrop of economic turmoil, the new coins quietly reminded citizens of the nation's enduring strength and tradition. But let's not forget the role of Queen Elizabeth II in all of this. By 2008, Her Majesty had already become a global icon, having served as Queen for over 5 decades. Her presence on the coin connects it to a reign defined by remarkable consistency, dedication, and history. With her recent passing, coins bearing her portrait have surged in demand, as collectors scramble to preserve pieces of this remarkable legacy. Now, let's talk numbers, the part everyone has been waiting for. How can a simple 2008 one-penny coin, worth just 1/100th of a pound, possibly fetch up to $16 million? The answer lies in a perfect storm of factors: extreme rarity, historical significance, unique errors, royal connection, and the ever-burning passion of collectors willing to pay astronomical sums for the chance to own a truly unique piece of numismatic history. Reports from private auctions and elite collector circles have revealed that ultra-rare variants of the 2008 one-penny coin, those with verified minting errors, extraordinary provenance, or unique characteristics, have been appraised and, in rare cases, sold for jaw-dropping amounts. The most notable of these is the legendary Error Variant 2008 penny, rumored to have been struck on a blank intended for a different denomination, resulting in an unusual metal composition and subtle design misalignments. Only a handful of these coins are believed to exist, and locating one is akin to finding buried treasure. In a recent high-profile private sale, one such coin exchanged hands for a mind-blowing $16 million, setting a new benchmark in the world of rare coin collecting. While skeptics may question the legitimacy of such valuations, the history of numismatics is filled with examples of tiny coins fetching vast fortunes at auction. Just look at the 1933 double eagle, or the 1794 flowing hair silver dollar. In this world, rarity, demand, and historical intrigue drive prices to extraordinary heights. Of course, the vast majority of 2008 one-penny coins remain common pocket change. But hidden among them may be that one elusive, rare variant capable of turning an ordinary day into an unforgettable fortune. Imagine checking your old piggy bank, rummaging through your coin jar, or inspecting forgotten change from a holiday in the UK, and discovering that unassuming copper coin worth millions. For many collectors, it's not just about the money. Owning a rare 2008 one-penny coin is about holding history in your hands. It connects you to the traditions of British coinage, the artistry of modern design, the reign of a beloved monarch, and the thrill of uncovering a hidden treasure. It's about being part of a story that stretches back centuries, where ordinary people, armed with curiosity and a keen eye, stumble upon extraordinary discoveries. Before you rush off to check your coins, remember that verifying such a coin's rarity and value requires expert appraisal. Reputable numismatic experts, authentication services, and auction houses play a critical role in confirming whether your 2008 penny is, indeed, the legendary variant capable of commanding millions. In the world of coin collecting, legends like this fuel the passion, spark the imagination, and keep treasure hunters searching. The 2008 United Kingdom Elizabeth II one-penny coin has cemented its place among the most fascinating and valuable coins of modern times, not merely for its face value, but for the immense history, design innovation, and mystery it carries. So, next time you come across a simple penny, pause for a moment. Look closer. Because hidden beneath that humble copper surface might just be a fortune waiting to be discovered. And who knows? You could be holding the next $16 million coin in the palm of your hand. Top 3. The United Kingdom Elizabeth II one-penny coin from 1981. Yes, you heard that right, a simple penny from 1981. But as you'll soon discover, there's nothing simple about this tiny piece of copper-plated steel that has sparked intrigue across generations. Imagine holding a coin in your hand that has been touched by decades of British history. A coin that has quietly passed through the pockets of millions, perhaps buying sweets for a child in the bustling streets of London, slipped into a tip jar at a cozy pub in Manchester, or tossed into a wishing fountain by a hopeful tourist in Edinburgh. Yet, among these seemingly ordinary pennies, a few have emerged as legends in the world of rare collectibles, fetching eye-watering prices that defy all logic and expectation. Before we uncover the secret behind the 1981 one penny's astonishing value, let's step back in time to the era in which it was minted. The year was 1981. Britain, still proudly ruled by Queen Elizabeth II, was experiencing a period of political, economic, and cultural change. Margaret Thatcher was the Prime Minister, leading the country through economic reforms that were as controversial as they were historic. The royal wedding of Prince Charles and Lady Diana Spencer was just around the corner, igniting royal fever throughout the nation and beyond. It was an era defined by its contrasts, traditional British values mingling with the new, modern world. Amidst this backdrop, the Royal Mint continued its time-honored duty of producing coins that not only served practical purposes but also carried with them the legacy and pride of the United Kingdom. The 1981 one-penny coin, featuring the iconic portrait of Queen Elizabeth II, was one such creation. At first glance, this small, copper-plated coin might seem insignificant, blending in among millions of its kind. But like many treasures in the world of numismatics, rarity and history often hide in plain sight. The obverse side of the 1981 one penny bears the regal likeness of Queen Elizabeth II, designed by the renowned British sculptor Arnold Machin. This portrait, introduced in 1968, shows Her Majesty wearing the Girls of Great Britain and Ireland tiara, a piece given to her as a wedding present by her grandmother, Queen Mary. The design is classic, elegant, and deeply symbolic of the stability and continuity of the British monarchy. Flip the coin over, and you'll find the reverse side adorned with Christopher Ironside's timeless design, a crown portcullis with chains, an emblem steeped in British history and tradition. The portcullis, often associated with the Palace of Westminster, is a symbol of Parliament and governance, reinforcing the coin's role as a representation not only of currency but of British identity itself. Beneath the portcullis lies the denomination, 1 penny, and circling the top edge of the coin is the year of its minting, 1981. Now, let's talk about the specifics that make this coin so special to collectors worldwide. The 1981 one penny coin was struck in large quantities for general circulation, making it seemingly common at first glance. But the world of coin collecting is never quite so simple. Certain batches, minting errors, and elusive proof versions have elevated specific 1981 pennies into the realm of the extraordinary. You see, while millions of these coins were produced for everyday use, a small number of proof and specimen versions were created with exceptional quality and precision. These proof coins were struck multiple times with highly polished dies, resulting in a flawless, mirror-like finish and incredibly sharp details. Typically included in prestigious collector sets, these coins were never intended for general circulation. It's among these pristine, ultra-rare specimens that the true legends, and the jaw-dropping values, emerge. Adding to the intrigue, the 1981 one penny is subject to the endless mysteries of minting errors. Throughout coinage history, accidental misstrikes, off-center impressions, double dies, and even incorrect metals have transformed otherwise ordinary coins into highly sought-after rarities. In the case of the 1981 penny, unconfirmed reports and collector rumors speak of examples with subtle design variations, planchet errors, and unissued trial pieces that never officially entered circulation but somehow found their way into private hands. It's precisely these anomalies that fuel the fascination among collectors. Picture the excitement of sifting through a jar of old coins only to discover one of these hidden treasures, a tiny disc of metal worth millions, overlooked by countless others. It's the stuff of dreams, and for some lucky individuals, it has been a life-changing reality. But it's not just the physical attributes of the 1981 one penny that make it so desirable. The coin carries with it the aura of an era, a snapshot of Britain during a transformative time. The early 1980s marked the beginning of significant political shifts, economic challenges, and cultural milestones that shaped the nation. Owning a coin from this period is like possessing a tangible fragment of that complex, fascinating history. The Royal Mint itself, steeped in over 1,000 years of tradition, adds yet another layer of prestige to this coin. Founded in the 9th century, the mint has been responsible for crafting the coinage that defines Britain, with each piece carrying the unmistakable mark of quality, heritage, and authority. Collectors worldwide recognize the royal mint as a symbol of numismatic excellence, and coins bearing its mark instantly command respect in the collecting community. Over the years, as numismatic enthusiasts, historians, and even casual collectors have scoured collections, auctions, and private sales, certain 1981 one-penny coins have emerged as the crown jewels of the hobby. Their rarity, pristine condition, historical significance, and elusive errors have driven their value sky-high, transforming them from humble pocket change into priceless artifacts. Consider the astonishing rise in the value of such rare coins. In recent years, we've seen seemingly ordinary coins, often overlooked by the public, sell for unbelievable sums at auction. The 1933 George V penny, for example, fetched over £70,000 due to its rarity. The 1983 new pence 2p coin, with its minting error, has been valued at thousands of pounds. The world of coin collecting is filled with these remarkable stories, and the 1981 one penny is proudly among them. But among all these tales, none capture the imagination quite like the whispers of the elusive, ultra-rare, 1981 one-penny specimen that has sent shockwaves through the numismatic world with its jaw-dropping, almost mythical valuation, an estimated $34 million. Yes, you heard that right. $34 million for a penny. It may sound unbelievable, but in the world of high-end collectors, rarity, condition, history, and demand can combine to create values that defy all expectations. Of course, only a select few examples of this coin, often hidden away in private collections, have achieved such astronomical valuations. These are not your typical 1981 pennies found rattling around in drawers or tucked away in piggy banks. We're talking about flawless, possibly unique, mint-condition specimens, often with unconfirmed minting anomalies or mysterious provenance that elevates their status to near mythical. The excitement surrounding these rare coins has sparked a global treasure hunt, with collectors, dealers, and curious individuals combing through collections, old coin jars, and forgotten drawers in search of the elusive fortune hidden in plain sight. Social media groups, auction houses, and numismatic forums buzz with speculation and sightings, each discovery adding fuel to the fire of this modern-day gold rush. The stories of lucky individuals stumbling upon these rare coins are legendary. Imagine finding a coin in your grandmother's old biscuit tin, only to discover it's worth millions. Picture attending a car boot sale, sifting through a box of old coins, and spotting a 1981 one penny with subtle differences that could mean a life-changing payday. It's these possibilities that keep the world of coin collecting so thrilling, unpredictable, and, at times, downright unbelievable. It's important to remember, though, that while many 1981 one-penny coins exist in circulation, only those in exceptional condition, with rare proof status, errors, or unique histories, command the highest prices. For the average coin, sentimental and historical value may be its greatest treasure, but for the rare few, financial fortunes await. Collectors advise those interested to handle their coins carefully, store them in protective cases, and when in doubt, consult reputable numismatic experts or auction houses. Professional grading services can authenticate and evaluate coins, ensuring that hidden gems are properly identified and preserved. In conclusion, the 1981 Elizabeth II one penny is far more than a simple coin. It represents history, art, tradition, and, in some astonishing cases, unimaginable wealth. As you rummage through your old coins or browse antique shops and markets, remember, the next great numismatic discovery could be hiding right under your nose. And with the astonishing revelation that certain rare examples of the 1981 one penny have been valued at an incredible $34 million, who knows? You might just be holding a tiny, copper-plated fortune in the palm of your hand.